Bragging rights on the line here tonight. Hi, welcome to EA Sports, EA SHL Club action. The challenge has been laid. Opening face-off just moments away. The Greyhounds are going to start with the puck after taking the opening draw. Saint-Marie's got the puck along the wall. Passes out front. Great defensive play to pick off the pass. Sidesteps the check. They score! And just like that, it's a 1-0 hockey game.
Well, they started like a freight train just steamrolling their opponent, James. I mean, they really dictated right from the onset of this game. That tells me one thing. They were prepared coming in.
The Firebirds were looking for a good start in this one, and they have certainly accomplished that with the first goal of the game just minutes in.
Well, you know, they would have talked about making sure that they established some presence and some pace in the game, in particular in the opening frame, James. But to get up a 1-0 lead on your opponent just minutes into the game, that is a fantastic start.
Oh, that was pure brilliance with the glove.
This is a fantastic save, James. He's all over it. What I mean by that is he knows exactly where it is and where it's moving. A reason why he can get square to it and make the save.
Works it across to Zab. Steps across the blue line. Flint's got the puck in their own end. Slides it diagonally to Jack. And that pass attempt is deflected. From point blank. Big save in front.
Well, this is an incredible save, James. It's anticipation as well. Recognize that the shooter is in the low slot, getting in front of it and making the save.
Amadowski's moving the puck through his own zone. And that's stolen in the offensive zone. Moves the puck across to Zab. And now he moves it quickly to Gunnarsson. Shuts him down. Puck is frozen, and we get a stoppage in play.
King's made a great save here. Let's have another look at it. I mean, they're in a high-danger area, and he is so dialed in at the top of his crease. Very athletic to be able to make this save in correct position.
Plenty of playing time left in this frame. Flint's ahead 1-0. Steps in and takes the puck. Grabs it in his own end. Dishes it off. The Firebirds have it behind the cage. The Greyhounds have the puck now. Sends the pass over. Flint's got it in their own zone. Here's a short pass to Amadowski. They score! And that's back-to-back goals!
Well, nothing like switching momentum and putting your opponent on their heels than getting two in a row. Back-to-back. Here they come.
Official signals for the players to get into position, and we're about ready to drop the puck. Puck is dropped, and we are back underway. Slides it over with pace to Jack. That knocks him off the puck. Handles the pass. Rafano Mezinsoa's got it against the boards. Takes the feed at the point. On the tip. Great save by the goaltender, who was in the right place at the right time.
Hughes' last save was a reminder how good he can be when he is on point and tracking the puck well here. He steals one from his opponent to keep that one out of the net.
Past the halfway mark of this period, Flint's really controlled the pace of play these last few minutes, leading by 2. Snatches the puck with the 2 centermen locked up. And he takes the feed. Into the corner of the attacking area. From off the boards, takes the feed inside the zone. King's got the puck, and he's going to hang on. Off the draw, nice job locking up his opponent. Solid check to slow him down. Oh, and he tracks it perfectly in the offensive end. Shuts it down with the paddle. What a stop. Here they come through center and into the offensive end. And he feed. And there's the save. Slides it across. A chance at front. Big time stop there.
Kings made himself look big on that save and almost made it look easy. That's a high shooting percentage shot because it's coming from a grade A scoring area.
Sioux Sabres gain possession along the boards. The Greyhounds carry it along the wall. What a great read breaking up the pass. Tap dances around the check. And a great save.
Well, he makes an incredible save on a point-blank shot here, James. I love the way he's aggressive, he's competitive, and he wins the battle.
Taken by Zab. Heads deep inside the offensive zone. Sends it down low. Feeds it down low. Oh, a true warrior to block that. Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one. And the goaltender grabs that one for a whistle to try to slow things down here.
Hughes made a grade A save there, and it just shows that he wants that puck, right? He's so aggressive, he's so assertive in his crease, and he knew where that puck was going every step of the way.
Late goings of this period. Flint's got some breathing room as they lead it 2-0. The Firebirds get a hold of the puck. Flint's gained possession. Loses possession after he takes a little hit. And that'll put a bow on the first 20 minutes of action here tonight. We've got lots more still to come. Second period is just around the corner. And the opening face-off here in period number 2 is about set. The second stanza is underway as the puck is dropped. Let's go. All right, Cheryl, let's get back to work here for a moment. We've already played a period in this one. What do you make of what you've seen?
Sault Ste. Marie's start was lackluster, James, and their coaches will not be impressed. I mean, they didn't manage the puck at the blue lines. They turned it over a lot. They're going to have to find a way to have quick close support and try and create some kind of momentum heading into the second.
Quick pass to Zab. On the attack along the boards. Sault Ste. Marie's got the puck against the wall. The Greyhounds will play it from the corner. Goaltender covers up and will get a face-off.
Kings found his rhythm here, James, looking real nice in his crease, the way he's moving, taking away a huge opportunity for his opponent with that high-danger save.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. Flint's got a 2-0 lead. Takes possession off the draw. Quick pass to Hooley. The Firebirds will play it from the defensive zone. Sault Ste. Marie's regain possession of the puck. Jack's going to play it against the half wall. Picked up along the boards by Zab. Scores!
On a deflected shot, everyone always talks about the stick positioning. How about the timing to get to the slot area as well, and the ability to just tap it down and redirect it.
Puck picked up in the open ice. Oh, and they can't keep the puck in the zone. They'll be forced to tag up. The Greyhounds have it now. And that's picked up by Amidovsky. Here's a feed in front. Oh, and he whiffs on it. And he slides it quickly The Greyhounds play it along the boards. Here's a pass in front. The Firebirds move the puck in the defensive zone. Great extension on his part to poke it away. Stopped with ease. The Greyhounds set it up behind the net. And he takes the pass. Pass out front, and that doesn't connect. Grabs the puck in the defensive zone. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Absolutely rocks him on the play, and that sends a message to the bench. Oh, it goes off the iron and stays out. And we'll get the whistle after the goaltender hangs on.
So I love what he's trying to do here, James. He wants to separate the body from puck, and that's exactly what you got to do. You got to play with a competitive edge and an intensity.
Here in the back half of this period, we got a tie game. The Greyhounds win the faceoff. That's not going to fool them. Covers it up, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Centers get set as they're ready to drop the puck again. Flint's won the defensive zone draw. And some terrible body contact there. Sousa-Barry's got a hold of the puck. Moves it quickly over to Zab. Picks up the puck. Slides the puck down low. Oh, they telegraph the pass, and he picks it off. Makes the move in front, but he makes the save with ease. They gain possession here inside the neutral zone. Along the half wall with the puck.
Yager's a true sniper, James, and he's already got 2 in the game, and you know he's looking for his third.
Oh, he steps up with the glove to stop that one. Here in the late goings of the period, the next goal could be a big one as we are tied. Offensive zone face-off, and he wins the draw. The Greyhounds looking against the half wall. Turns it away.
Oh, what a save there, James. I mean, that's situational awareness at its finest, knowing exactly where the threat is in that slow slot and taking all the space away.
That's one way to take possession with both centers tied up there in that scrum. And that's blocked away. And he moves it up to Rafano Mesensoa. And that's poked away by Gunnarsson. Flint's got a hold of it along the wall. Handles the pass up to the middle of the ice. The 360 with the puck. Shuts him down.
Well, this is an incredible athletic save, but this is all instinct. There's no time to put yourself in position. You just react, and if you get there, you get there. What a great job.
And he slides it quickly to Zab. And the puck leaves the zone going back to center ice. In close, scores! And we take a drive to Clutch City as they take the lead.
Well, the lead is in their hands, and now it's about building off of that. Good shift management, dictating pace, controlling the offensive zone. Everything now, it's on the line.
Sousa-Barry's had the shots tonight, but they cannot find that finish here late in the second period. Two periods down, one more to go. Both teams have time to get a refresh, and we'll be back for period number 3. I'm fired up. I know you're fired up for this too. coaches have shared their final messages. Players are on the ice, and period number 3 is coming up. And this one's underway here in the third. What's this game told you through 2 periods tonight?
The Greyhounds are looking for the tying goal, and you know that the coach in the intermission would have been telling them to continue with the good habits, continue putting pucks to the net. Listen, they've held possession time. They just have to find a way to convert on it.
Rocked him. Sends it in front. Off the puck. Quick feed down low. Sparky's got the puck in his own zone. Angles it over to Gunnarsson. Here's an offensive chance. Moves the puck down low. Yager's got it in the offensive zone. Cooley's got it in the defensive end. Shot! Oh, he gets a piece of it with the glove!
Sometimes when you're trailing in a game, you can kind of be flat. You can be dull, if you will. So you need a spark, and this is a type of hit that can really ignite a fire under your team. You can see it right away with the body language on the bench. They liked it, so look for that next shift, for them to be on their toes, not on their heels anymore.
Made that stop.
The key to being a great goaltender is not giving up second shot opportunities, and it's playing the rebounds to the corner. He does an excellent job here.
Comes up with the steal.
Sault Ste. Marie is working hard in all areas of the ice.
Scores on the scratching, and clawing has paid off as we are back to even.
No, we're back to evens, James. I really like their game. I mean, when you're pushing and you're trying to find a way to get ahead and on top, you have to trust the process. That's exactly what they've done, and they've been rewarded for it. Well, the goalie's dropping to the butterfly because he can't see the puck. I mean, they work on tracking exercises all the time, but you can't see it when you've got bodies in front of you. So this is a smart shot that makes its way to the back of the net.
Here's a pass down low. Great save by the Tendy on the wraparound.
Well, you gotta have a strong push if you want to be able to go post to post, kids, and that's exactly what he does to make the save. Well, he's having a multiple-point game right now because of how dynamic he's been in the offensive zone. I mean, he's been all around the net. When he's got the puck on his stick, he's a shooting threat. But also, when he's off of the puck, he's getting to the right spots at the right time. And this is how you generate offense. And he's been doing it all game long.
And not much on that one. King's going to make the smart decision and hang on for a much-needed whistle here.
Well, there's so much urgency in this game at both ends because it is a nail-biter, and he has been outstanding between the pipes. I mean, making the saves, critical, timely saves. But guess what? This is a great decision to just hold on to this puck, slow things down, give everyone a breather.
Hard save, and he made it look easy. Great job there. Poked away at center by Zab.
Well, he's having a tough time out there.
Oh, wow, what a save!
An unbelievable save there, James. I mean, a combination of technical skill and athleticism equals desperation. Outstanding.
And as play continues, this place is stars! On time, finish, and they take the lead!
Sometimes you can feel momentum swing, James. You can tell that they're playing with more confidence, and as a result, they get a little puck luck and they put it in.
Amidovsky's won the draw at center. Moves the puck. Yager's got it now deep inside his own end.
Well, this game looks like it's going right down to the wire, James, and one of the most important things to do now is make sure you make good blue line decisions.
From the left side, he moves it up ahead. Taken along the wall by Rafano Mezentsoa. He tries to tuck it in. And we get a whistle as the goaltender decides to hang on to this one. Sault Ste. Marie's been the better team tonight. They have turned good defense into solid offense, and they lead here in the third. And with the centers tied up, he swoops in to take possession. Trying to break free. Oh, that put it on the post.
Sault Ste. Marie's done another one off the post, James. How many is that now? But listen, they're getting opportunities, and they're really firing it towards the net. I really like their game tonight.
Jack's taking it from his own end. Feeds it over. Grabbed along the board by Amidovsky. From the back of the cage with the puck. Turned away on the wraparound. Oh, what a great reactionary stop there.
Reactionary is right, James. He knew exactly where the shooter was going, and a strong push across to be able to make that save.
Huge Savery's looking to break out. And a good solid hit on that play. And that's a great heads-up play by Rafael Mezansoa. Moves into the slot. Oh, and he whiffs on it. In front, and a stoppage on the play as the goaltender... things up.
I'll tell you what, James, that ain't incidental contact. That was intentional. Certainly trying to really drive that body and separate the player from puck.
Getting into the later stages of this period, this one has been a good back-and-forth contest. We're sitting with a 4-3 hockey game. Puck is dropped and we are back underway. Yager stick handling in his own zone. Moves it to Zab. Here he is on the backhand. He scores! And he completes the hat-trick.
Well, he's been zipping and buzzing along the ice this entire night, haven't he, James? And man, do the fans appreciate him.
Savery's looking to close things out here late in this third period as they continue to lead. Sparky's quick stick lands from the puck here at center. Savery's got it in their own zone. He grabs the puck here at the point. Under a minute to go in the third. Handles the pass in the middle. Sends it to the middle. He scores! What an opportunity delivers. Savery's offense continues to shine here in this third period.
Well, this has got to be a dream for a coach. You know that they're telling their team in the intermission to make sure they stay to business, stay to task, stay focused. And that's exactly what they've done. They just hammered their opponent.
Off the left wing and into center. Now that's a great heads up in the defensive zone to force the turnover. The Greyhounds playing along the wing. From point blank range. Big time stop.
Now, these are the saves when you know that your goaltender is dialed in, James. The ability to get to the top of the crease and be square to the shooter, that's a great save.
He scores! My goodness, it's enough for the ages on his part.
It really is, James. He's playing with such confidence. Every time he takes it to the net, you know that he's not going to be denied. It's in him, he's attacking, and he's buzzing all around the ice. He's going to get an assist on this goal here, James, and it's a product of being in the right spot at the right time, and that's not a fluke. That is all him. He's got the IQ, the smarts, and the anticipation skills to disrupt this pass.
Flint's got possession here in the offensive zone. Hartman scores! And that's three! It's a hat trick here on the road!
Well, old hat for him in a way because it's a business-like approach as he's on the road. He just says, yeah, just bring it. I mean, gets a hattie to boot.
Savery's manufactured plenty of offense tonight, and they lead here late in this third period. And we are all over with this one. SHL challenging. I guess the lesson in short share, don't sing it, bring it. And they brought it.
They brought it. They were ready for this game right from puck drop. A lot of urgency in their game, and they win the challenge.
Are we at home again? Black jerseys. No, don't do that. Holy fuck. I hear that. That is correct. And you have to do it as fucking... That is correct. That was an all-out assault on the third period. And then you guys are like, let's fuck them up. Peterborough Pete's goalie, I know. I used to play with them. Sealgee.
Hi, everybody. I'm James Cebulski for EA Sports. The challenge was thrown down, and they certainly accepted. Let's see who the better squad is. It's about to go down. You know, talking to both teams before this one, they both wanted it. Let's see who wants it more as we are underway. Takes the feed. Quick pass across to Gunnarsson. slides right out to center ice. From behind his own cage, he grabs the puck. Sticks and all of that. Yager's got it against the boards. And there's the save on the play.
This is just great puck control to put the puck to the corner. No second shot opportunity.
And that's broken up with a stick in front. Oh, what an effort giving up the body there. Takes a spill onto the ice and loses the puck. Picked up along the wall by Gunnarsson. Takes the feed at center and moves forward. Saint-Marie's got the puck against the boards. Here's a shot from a top position. And they'll cover it up, forcing a stoppage in play.
That hit right there, it tells me that you're attacking right away in the game. You're physically engaging. You want to dictate the tempo. But most importantly, you're willing to do what it takes. Separate body from puck. Find ways to gain possession.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. We've still got zeros on the board. Sauer's lugging the puck. Moved up ahead here in the neutral zone. Saint-Marie's got possession of the puck. Toronto's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Passes it to Zab. Grabs control of it at the point. Sends the pass down low. Knocks the puck loose. Oh, textbook poke check to turn that over. The Greyhounds will play it in their own end. Moves the puck along the half wall. Quick feed down low. Picked up along the boards by Gunnarsson. Oh, and he lines up his opponent perfectly with a hip check. And that goes off a body. Scores! And I think he put this in on his own.
He did, James, and this is so deflating when you put it in on your own, and you can just see the body language. He is not happy. Oh, he's got to be sick to his stomach, James. That's such a deflating goal. He thought he had it as he's looking for it. He just pushes it into the net. That's frustrating.
Saint-Marie's got to be feeling good about their game tonight. Here they already lead in this one, and they've been dictating the pace of play also.
Well, they get the game's first goal midway through the period, James, but I liked their game right from puck drop. I mean, the way that they started, the urgency around the puck, they pounded it, they've had a heavy forecheck, and now they get rewarded for their efforts.
Slides the puck to Zab. Toronto's got possession here in the neutral zone. The Greyhounds look to start the transition game. Toronto's got a hold of the puck now. Krauts gain the line and on the attack. Great defensive play to come up with the puck. Gaining speed through center, and here they come on the attack. Takes off to the corner with some nifty moves.
Sorry, James, didn't mean to step on your toes, but that was a massive hit, and now the play continues.
Quick feed to Gunnarsson. Takes the feed. Saint-Marie's got the puck. Sends it over to Zab. And here at center, that's intercepted. Nice stick work to knock the puck loose. Goaltender hangs on for the whistle.
Let's have another look at that hit there, James. I mean, he looks shaken up.
In the final moments of this period, the Greyhounds lead it 1-0. Toronto's going to start with the puck in their own end. Through the neutral zone and into the offensive end. Slides the puck down low. Oh, and he throws a perfectly executed hip check there. At center ice now, he grabs the puck. Over the net.
Oh, that's a huge miss. I'm not sure whether the puck got on edge there, James, but it got airlifted way over the net.
Big time stop there.
A timely save is everything to your team, and this goaltender, he bails his team out.
And a great save. Popples opted to hang on to the puck for a face-off.
There's a ton of pace to this game right now, and both teams trying to dictate with quick counters and how they're skating off the puck extremely fast, which is generating a ton of speed, and it's a track meet, trading chances at both ends.
Sabres got the lead here late in this first period. Sparky's got it. Now they'll look to see what they can do with it offensively. What a steal in his own end. Jostled off the puck. Couldn't catch up to that pass. Handles the puck. Poked away and forces the turnover at center. Shot! That's blocked. Scores! And they make the most of the time remaining.
Well, it's a buzzer beater there, James, and they are now buzzing heading into the intermission. You know that's carried momentum. They'll have to find a way to start the next period the same way they ended the last one.
Both teams readying here for the face-off. That'll do it for period number 1. We'll drop the puck on the second period in just moments. Both teams back on the ice are lined up, and period number 2 is about ready to go. Second frame is underway as the puck is dropped. So we played 20 minutes of this one. Pounder, how do you assess what you've seen so far?
Toronto's had a slow start to this game, James. They're going to have to pick it up in terms of possession time. They're giving their opponent way too many opportunities and a lot of time with the puck.
Here's a shot, and that's blocked. Gets a hold of the puck here in his own end. Takes the feed in the middle of the neutral zone, and he scores!
Well, the goaltender, he's going to want this one back, James. I thought that he was set to position. Just the blast of the shot, it hit him. He got a good chunk of it, but it went in. You can see the frustration in the body language.
Lots of time left in this period. Toronto's shown a new energy over these last few minutes. They got one back, but they still need one more in order to tie. Pushes it across to Sauer. Puck moved over to Noss. Great positioning by the defender. And now he angles it across to Sparky. Oh, and he whiffs. Puck grab by Prout. Boats into the offensive zone now on the attack. Comes up with a stop.
Well, you don't make the save if you're not dialed in and focused. That's exactly what he is. He's following the puck and just makes that save. It's incredible, really, because you got to be athletic to be able to react that quickly.
Takes the penalty for holding it after that hit. And now it's over to Zab. Shot! And that goes off the glove and will play on. Still lots of time left in the period. Sault Ste. Marie's got a slim lead. They lead it 2-1. Toronto's got the win off that draw. Moves it on over to Prout. Sault Ste. Marie's looking to break out of their own end. With the bank pass. Drives to the paint. And he's ridden off the puck. Sends a pass over. Gets a piece of it to keep it out.
Hughes makes a good save and redirects the puck to the corner, and this cleans up the front of the net, and really no trash for second shot opportunity.
Passes it over. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Cross corner dump in. Sault Ste. Marie's got the puck in the defensive end. Went for the dirty dangle and it goes sideways.
He is so dangerous when the puck is on his stick in the offensive zone, but he tries one too many moves and he loses the puck.
Sault Ste. Marie's got the puck along the boards. Receives the pass. Sends it down low. And a poke check knocks the puck away. Saint-Mary's got the puck. Toronto's got the puck in their own end. Scoops up the puck. Oh, they got thunderstruck.
Yeah, I love the way he encroaches on his opponent along the boards here. James is lined up perfectly and then is able to elicit that massive hit.
Good heads-up play in the defensive zone. Moves around along the half wall. Shot from the point. Off the post.
Toronto's been working hard, and they're still in the game here. Yes, they hit the pipe and it went out, but they're still in a game. They have to fight right to the end.
Zab's moving the puck through his own zone. Sends it out in front. Picked off in front. Here's a short pass to Boat. And that's off a stick. Saint-Mary's got it in their own zone. From the open ice, they gain the line. Oh, that's tremendous poise in the defensive end to break off the pass. Saint-Mary's got a hold of it against the wall. Less than a minute to go here in the second. On the wraparound. Toronto's got a hold of the puck. Rocks him on the play. We got a whistle offside to call.
Mouse has done a great job to get to the areas of the ice where he can get his shot off, but unfortunately, just a little fine here and wires it off the iron.
Saint-Mary's been bringing the heat offensively all night long, and they continue to lead here late in this middle frame. Sparky's won the draw. Oh, that's a good hit. Well, there you go. We played 40 minutes. Final chance for the coaches to push their messages home, and we'll see the third period coming up in just a matter of moments. And they are ready to drop the puck on period number 3. Well, the moment of truth for both teams here as we are underway in the third. All right, Cheryl, we played 2 periods in this one. Give the fans at home your take on what you've seen.
Toronto's got to find a way to get some more shot volume in this third period, James. They really haven't had much through the first 40 minutes of play, but it'll also need to be quality as the third period winds down because you don't get many opportunities, and when you do, you got to have them from high-danger scoring areas, and then you got to capitalize.
The Greyhounds will play it from the defensive zone. Quick pass to Jack. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Toronto's got a hold of it along the wall. Fires it and makes the save. Lets it fly. Oh, it stops him again.
Well, that puck came hard, and it came fast, and it came multiple times, but he was right on it, showing his athleticism to make those saves.
We're still in the early stages of this period. It's a 2-1 hockey game. Nice job tying up his opponent. Saint-Mary's got control of it now from their own end. The Greyhounds take it along the wall. Sends the pass in front, and that's stopped. Tremendous hip check on the play. Saint-Mary's got control of the puck. Into the offensive zone. From the point, looks to make something happen. Turn that one aside. Big time block on the play.
Well, he's doing what it takes, James. And listen, coach is going to love that one. I expect to see him out here again.
Saint-Cyber's got him across the line. Rocked him right against the boards.
Well, he's up and along the wall, and there is no give, James. And that was just a thunderous hit.
Moves it quickly over to Sauer. Jostling for the pocket. He loses control. Right up the gut. Here they go. Moves it to Boat. Dropped him in the open ice. Cuts to the paint. Puts it on net. Oh, he comes up with a big stop there. Now a quick pass to Boat. And sends it just out of reach. The Greyhounds have it now. Slides the puck over. Here's the backhand. And that shot gets caught in traffic. Poked away in the neutral zone. Play is blown dead with the offside. Here in the back half of this period, we've got a 2-1 game. While the centers are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. Tries to get it to Zab. Solid hit on the play, and that knocks the puck off his stick. And now it's grabbed by Gunnarsson.
I've really enjoyed this game tonight, James. It's been tight, it's been fast-paced, defensively structured, and you never know which way it's going to end.
Oh, and he tracks it perfectly in the offensive end. Toronto's got possession of the puck. Slides the puck into the offensive zone. Feeds it down low. Saint-Cyber's got the puck inside the defensive zone. With possession along the wall. Grabbed along the boards by Gunnarsson. Oh, they telegraphed the pass, and he picks it off.
Toronto's been working hard all night, James. They've been intercepting pucks at a great stick position, and it's been a defensive clinic. They've got to find ways to get to the other side of the puck and generate some offense.
Under siege, and finally grabs that one and covers up for a whistle.
Mouse is showing a ton of character out there right now. I mean, if you look back at the replay, he's definitely injured on this sequence, but he has the fire and the determination to stay in it because he doesn't want to put his team in a compromised position.
Takes control of the puck. Yager's got it along the boards. Blows him up on that hit and rings the iron. Unable to reach that one. And that one's picked off. Jack's got the puck. Oh, smart heads up play to poke that one away. Popple's going to give everyone a chance to breathe and hang on to the puck. Here in the late goings of the period, the Greyhounds are clinging to a 2-1 lead. Off the draw, and he ties up his opponent. Saint-Cyber's got the puck along the wall. Yager's got it in the defensive end. Intercepted at center by Pratt. Sends it to the cross side. Sends it quickly to Jack. Oh, what a hit. He got all of that hip kick. Makes the save. Cool and calm under pressure. Quick pass over to Gunnarsson. And things start to ramp up a little bit now on the ice with that play. Rocks him. Shakes off the coverage. To score! An absolutely critical strike here in the third.
Yeah, and really important that they didn't get frustrated. They just trusted the process, and they found themselves getting the equalizer. And now there's a lot of game to be played to try and win it. When you're behind in a game, James, sometimes you can get frustrated, rattled, and you can start to really see the body language go down, but they have stuck with it. They clawed their way back, and they're in the game now.
Play ready to resume as everybody lines in for the faceoff. Saint-Cyber's got it in the neutral zone. And it's a quick pass to Sparky. Takes a shot, and he makes the easy save. Plays the puck into that play. Tries to feed it over to Boat. Here's another hit on the play.
He's going to feel terrible.
Scores! A huge goal puts him in front.
Well, and persistence really pays off, doesn't it, James? When you wear down your opponent, eventually you'll capitalize. And this is the case right here as they get the go-ahead.
Sioux Saint-Marie's time is running out in this one to try to even things up. They've had plenty of scoring chances, but no finish tonight. The Greyhounds gain control of it. Sioux Saint-Marie's got the puck here in the open ice. Broken up with the stick in the defensive zone.
Thank you guys.
Energy and emotion.
Officials are ready to drop the puck here in overtime. All right, call it now. Who's got that OT winner up the sleeve? Overtime is underway. Zab's got it to the side. Sioux Saint-Marie's got the puck against the boards. They go on the attack through center. Huge steal in his own end. Yonkers crossed the line and is on the attack now. Avoids the poke check. Looking to end it. Hopple's going to hang on for a whistle. Here in this offensive zone faceoff. Sparky's won the draw here, and they'll go on the attack. Intercepted the pass. Goaltender covers it up. We get a whistle to slow things down. This is a faceoff they'll definitely want to win here inside the offensive zone. Sioux Saint-Marie's going to start with the puck inside the offensive zone. Yonkers got it along the wing. Knocks the puck loose after a solid hit. Quick feed to Prout. Toronto's got it along the wall. Hammers him into the boards. And makes the routine save.
Great positioning by the goaltender to redirect it to the corner, getting it out of danger.
Coughs it up in the neutral zone. Here's a short pass to Prout. And a stick in the lane deflects that one away. Sioux Saint-Marie's looking to break out of their own end. Loses the coverage there. Here's a chance to the middle. Great defensive heads-up play to pick it off. Moves it over to Noss. Toronto's looking to break out. And he takes the dish. Takes the puck at the point. Picks off the pass in the defensive zone. Sioux Saint-Marie's got the puck along the wall. Quick feed down low. Runs him hard against the boards. Can't connect on the shot. Great positioning in the defensive end. On the attack along the boards. Here's a shot, and that goes off someone in front that doesn't reach the net. The Greyhounds carry it along the wall. And that's a great read to force the turnover. Nose carries the puck in his own zone. Toronto's in on the offensive attack now. Sends the pass over. Quick pass to Moss. And he's able to handle that one. Jack's got the puck in his own zone. Chance in front. Oh, a clutch save.
Poppel's been outstanding. I mean, he gets to position to be able to make that point-blank save.
Here's a chance with the stop. Referee's hand goes up in the air. We got a delayed penalty coming up here. Younger's going to play it against the half wall. Great save. Scores! They win! They win! They win in overtime! My goodness, listen to this place buzzing.
That's 7 wins in a row, boys. Uh,
Hi, everybody.
I
I'm
had
Vince
12.
Lombardi for EA Sports.
I stopped 9.
Squads bringing their A-listers here for this one in this
And
EA
two of
NHL
I'll
Classic.
give them one, but the other two were dog shit.
Both teams seem ready, and they are about to drop the puck on this opening faceoff. Been fired up for this one. The puck is dropped. Let's go. Saint-Marie's got a hold of it along the wall. Sabres on the attack. Nice poke check. Erie's got the puck. Great use of the wall on the pass. Passes the puck over to Viper. Levels him with the hit.
Some players get into the game by physically engaging early. There's a fine line there, but that was executed perfectly.
Reads it perfectly and comes up with the takeaway. Oh, look at this. Robidas got him along the boards. They score! And a quick goal here in the first by the road team has changed the momentum quickly.
Well, yeah, quick goal, quick strike, and that's exactly what you want to do when you're on the road. You want to set the tone early. You want to take the life out of the fans.
Erie's aggressive start has paid off because they've got one on the board.
They've got one on the board. They've really set the table, James. It's all ready to go. The meal is about to be served because they have been all over their opponent right now, especially being the away team. You want to send a message early, playing real aggressive.
Handles the pass. Falls to the sweet spot. Blocked, although that might be a save.
Well, that is a save, James. I don't think the goaltender would have gotten to position in time, and he's able to take it away.
Dishes it off. And he gets in front of that. Gunnarson's got a hold of the puck behind the net. Viper's taking it from his own end. Slides it across. Scoops up the puck here. And he takes the feed. And he comes up with a stop there. In front of the net, and the goaltender covers up for a whistle on the play. The Otters have done a great job moving their feet tonight, and they lead here midway through the first. And they take possession. Nice job tangling him up on the draw. Slides the puck ahead to Gunnarsson. What a steal in his own end. Moves it quickly over to Viper. And he lowers the boom.
That's a huge hit. It's a message sending, James. I mean, you want your opponent to hear footsteps, right? Be looking on either side and making sure that you're wearing them down. He does exactly that with that huge hit.
Big stop by the goaltender right in front.
I really like this save, James, because he challenges.
He scores! What a finish!
Well, he explodes into that one-timer. It's a perfect setup, and he's in wonderful position. Gets a perfect rotation and buries it. How many times have we seen this before? The play comes back in your own zone. There's a scoring chance that they're unable to convert on, and you get going the other way, and you're able to execute. It really is a 200-foot game.
Sault Ste. Marie won the draw. Grabs the puck. Takes the feed in the middle of the ice. Unleashes a cannon. And that goes off, pours off a body. Dishes it to Robidas. The Otters play along the boards. Sault Ste. Marie's got the puck. Hard hit frees up the puck. Taken by Gunnarsson. One-on-one with the goaltender. He scores! That's how you finish the breakaway.
Well, he breaks away from the back with his speed. James makes no mistake. Very decisive and puts it in the back of the net.
Sault Ste. Marie's got themselves the goal back, and they're right into it once again.
Well, it only takes one to reset the light for this team, and you can certainly see it as the bench erupted with that goal.
Moves it to Gunnarsson. And he takes the feed. Sault Ste. Marie's playing it from the side. Broken up with the stick in the defensive end. Picks up the puck in his own end. Oh, great move to sidestep the check. And they continue to apply pressure here. Makes the save! The Greyhounds move the puck in the defensive zone. Takes a shot. Yager's got it deep in the offensive end. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Here's a centering pass. And that's deflected off someone in front. And that's hooked away. Tosses the puck loose. Sault Ste. Marie's trying to make something happen in the offensive zone. From a bad angle. Came up with the save on that play. And he takes the pass. Slides it diagonally to Briere. Here he is with the backhander. Shuts it down.
chance taken away from the inner slot because he's so...
And one last save! And with that, the first period is in the books. Both teams with a chance and a refresh will get a clean sheet of ice and come back with period number 2. Second period set to get underway. It's underway as the puck is dropped. Let's go. All right, Pounder, how would you assess this game through the first 20 minutes played?
Erie's held the play here, and the reason why they've done it is they've controlled their shot selection. They know exactly where they want to go, when they're going to do it, and they're driving the net.
Along the half wall with the puck. Sioux Sabres got control of it now from their own end. Briere's stick handling in his own zone. And now he moves it quickly to Medeiros. They gain the offensive zone from the middle. Passes over to Gunnarsson. Takes it over. Oh, it stays out. Wow.
I don't know how it stayed out. Neither do the fans in this building, no matter who you're cheering for. You got to give kudos to that save, James. We thought it was in the back of the net. So did everyone else. Well, let's reflect on that save again. I want to see it because in real time, I thought that puck was going in, James, and he manages to find it. Now, listen, you don't make those saves in practice. You know why? You don't have that level of desperation. This is urgency. This is instincts, and he makes an unbelievable stop.
Sparky's won the draw. Moves for the chip. Makes the save. King's going to slow it down here and hang on for the whistle.
Well, a good decision right there to dictate the tempo of the game, especially when he hasn't been busy. He's engaging right now.
Lots of time left in this period. It's 2-1. They take possession as he locks him up off the faceoff. Quick feed to Rivada. Erie's got the puck against the boards. Across the line, down the left wall. Good save. Puck is frozen, and we'll get a faceoff. Inching closer to the midway mark of the period, the Otters lead at 2-1 in what has been an entertaining game thus far. And with the centers tied up, he swoops in to take possession. Slides by the check. And that one's turned away. And he slides it quickly to Zab. Can't complete the pass as it goes off a stick. King's going to hang on to the puck for a whistle. Officials are set. Players seem ready. We're ready to get this thing back underway. Sioux Sabres won the draw. Now let's see what they can do with it. Handles the puck at the point. Sparky's on the attack in the offensive zone. Slides the puck down low. Here he is in front. Fantastic save.
Kings made a great quality shot look easy. I mean, he is so efficient. He's dialed in, he tracks, and he makes the save.
Gets in the lane with the body. Oh, here we go. This team knows how to turn it up another gear, and they have done that here. And the D comes up with it. Here's a breakaway. He scores! A stone-cold finish on the breakaway.
And that's the bottom line, because it's in the back of the net, James. Man, is he ever flying, James? It looks like everyone else is in quicksand, and he is moving. He gets on his horse. He's in all alone, one-on-one with the goaltender. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't panic. Shows a ton of confidence and lets that shot rip.
Directed over to Briere. Moves the puck.
Rodas had a great game offensively, James. He's been all over the ice, really buzzing around. The reason why he's got 3 points.
Medeiros works the puck in his own zone. Locks him into the boards. Here's a short pass to Briere. Dished on over to Medeiros. The Greyhounds have it against the wall. Pushes it across to Zab. The Greyhounds looking against the half wall. Yager's going to play it to the corner. Jack's tripped up and the official's hand is in the air signaling penalty. Let's get the official decision. The Otters will serve 2 minutes in the box.
Well, he's going to take the feet out from under his opponent here, so he's going to get the tripping call. That's going to be a 2-minute minor as he marches to the box here, James. That's a frustrating one for everyone on his team. He was in and amongst the scrum, just got to find the puck.
From the point, they take control of it. Takes the feed. Sparky's got it in the offensive zone. Trying to get the puck out of his own end. Soucy-Barry's got a hold of the puck now. He grabs the puck here at the point. Right in the slot. Send the benefit of the extra attacker pays off.
Now utilizing all of that space, James, to their advantage and the recognition and awareness of when to take it to the net.
Here in the late goings of the period, the Greyhounds make their way back into the face-off circle, still in search of another goal. Feeds it all over to Viper. Picks off the pass. The Otters play it along the wings. Passes it over. Takes the feed ahead from the left side. Gunnarson's crossed the line and gained the zone. Denies him. There's the whistle as the goalie hangs on.
These are the types of games that offense love and defense hates here, James. I mean, the puck is going north-south every single time. Both teams trading chances at either end.
Soucy-Barry's got to find ways to finish because they continue to trail here late in the second. The Otters start with the puck in their own end. The Greyhounds get a hold of the puck along the boards. Slides it quickly to Gunnarsson. Blocked in traffic.
Viper's really laboring to get off here, James. It looks like he's been injured. I hope he's okay because they're going to need him in this game.
Scooped up along the wall by Gunnarsson. Gets it over to Sparky. And he slides it quickly to Jack. Play is called for offside.
Viper's in a lot of pain here, James. You can see it in his face as he's hobbling and laboring, trying to get back to the bench. Anytime you're injured, you want to know exactly where the play is. You don't want to put your team in a vulnerable spot, but you got to get off.
Face-off looming as both centers get into position. Erie's got possession of the puck after that neutral zone face-off. Turns the puck over. Great read defensively there. Fans want a shot here in the dying seconds of the period. Time ticking away, and he comes up big. Puck's in the net, but the whistle sounds, throwing the play dead. Well, there's the horn, and that means 2 periods down. And there's still a critical third to play. Looking forward to this one. Third period action is coming up. are readying themselves at center ice as the third period is about to go. The third and final period is officially underway here. 2/3 of the way to the finish line in this one for regulation time. Cheryl, how do you view it? Scores! All over the rebound and tucks it into the goal.
I love that when there's a shot, he just doesn't stand around looking. He gets his feet moving and he tracks it. He hounds it. He's relentless, James, and he finds it and he puts it in the back of the net.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. We are all tied up in this one. Takes the feed. Oh, some smooth skating to lose the defender there. Marie's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Fires it on net. Oh, what a save in front. Skates to the crease. And he opts to wait for more support. From the boards, he takes that pass. Gives them nothing in front. Feeds the puck up to Robida. Picks up the puck. Robida's got it against the boards. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Jack's got it in the defensive zone. Moves the puck along the half wall. Takes it to the net. Score!
Hang on, James. This is not going to count. And look at the bodies down there. The goaltender had no chance of playing the puck. This is definitely goaltender interference.
Well, clearly not happy with the ref's decision, but they'll have to play on with this faceoff. Comes in off the wing as both centers were tied up on the draw. And he loses control of the puck. Moves around along the half wall. Moves the puck down low. Here's a pass to the middle. And he shuts down a great scoring chance there.
Yager's lighting up the game sheet tonight. Multiple points in this one, and it's not over yet. James really moving his feet. He's urgent with his first three strides, which means he's on the puck. But I also like what he's doing off the puck, the way he's opening up space, drawing coverage inside of the middle, and then moving the puck to it. I think he's been fantastic this entire game.
They've got numbers. Off a stick, and they can't connect. Marie's got it in their own zone. Passes on over to Viper. Erie's got the puck against the half wall. Grabs it in his own end. And now he tries to get it across to Sparky. Quick shot! Scores! The go-ahead goal!
Well, the game is all about timing here, James, and now they're in front, so these next two shifts are critical. They want to play with a ton of it. Anytime you're in the slot area, you know that you're not going to have much time. That's why a quick wrister to the net can often do the damage. It's buried.
Sparky's won the draw. The Greyhounds move to the offensive zone. Look at the Savardian spinorama. Takes the feed at the back end. Takes a shot. Redirected off one of his own linemates there. Robidas lugging the puck. Marie's looking to break out of their own end. Handles the puck. Dishes it off. Denied by the goaltender. Oh, they telegraphed the pass, and he picks it off. Quick pass to Sparky. And that pass is redirected. Oh, he'll feel that one. And he sidesteps the check there. Shot! Goaltender gave him nothing as it goes off the side of the net. Erie's in transition. Intercepted. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. The Greyhounds will play it against the boards. Here's a pass down low. Oh, the huddle on it. Erie's got the puck along the boards. Shot. Oh, and he just got enough. We'll get a face-off after the puck stays covered up.
Zab's been a dominant performer in this game. I'd love to see his position. Numbers post-game. I mean, I think his metrics are going to be outstanding. He had tons of good looks here, James, throughout the game. Finally capitalizes. But I love that his process stayed the same. He worked hard, he got to the spots, and he continued to get the looks.
Moves it quickly over to Jack. Now a quick pass to Sparky. Takes that pass back at the point.
Zab's been so dangerous tonight. He's got 2 in the game, and you know he's looking for the hattie.
Erie's got the puck along the wall. Dishes it to Viper. Takes the pass. The Greyhounds take it along the wall. Yager's got it in the corner. Takes a shot. He scores! There's the hat-trick and
Ray Chapeau is right there. Pass all over the ice. They're going to have to collect them. This is going to take some time, but man, has he ever had an effective night. He had 2, and he was thinking 3 all the way.
Grabs the puck at center. When the puck leaves the zone, they'll be forced to regroup at center.
Medeiros is certainly showing his competitive flair out there. Something is bothering him. There's no question about him, but he's going to finish the shift.
Less than a minute to go now here in regulation. Makes a save.
This is just a fantastic drive to the net here, James. I love his stick placement relative to his body position. This is a textbook shield to get the shot off.
Sends a pass over. Here's a shot. Oh, out of nowhere, he steals that one.
Well, there's an intangible to being a competitor, and that's exactly it with that save. It's desperation, doing whatever it takes to keep the puck out of the net. I'd say he has some fast twitch muscle fiber in there because I'm telling you, he makes that save. I thought that was going in, but he just reacts and keeps it out of the net.
Sault Ste. Marie's been on a roll offensively tonight. Lots of chances, and they lead it late in this third. From his own end, he picks up the puck. And it's a quick pass to Robidoux. Into the corner of the attacking area. And as the final seconds tick away, listen to this place recognize a hard-earned victory. Big time stop there. That's all she wrote from this one tonight. A fun seesaw affair on the ice here in this EASHL challenge, but look at those smiles on the bench tonight, Cheryl.
Yeah, a lot of fun out there. And there's more pressure in these games, James. You want to win the challenge. You want to find a way to have the bragging rights. And I thought they executed. They were urgent, and they were ready right from puck drop.
The gauntlet was thrown down, and it's been accepted. Here we go. EASHL club action here on EA Sports. It's about to go down. The Greyhounds start with possession as we are now underway. Smart heads up play to intercept the pass. Oh, he comes up with a stop.
He's dialed in right now. Just have a look at that last save. I mean, he had to be moving extremely well in his crease to be able to get to position to make that save.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. Still looking for our first goal. And they win the draw. Now let's see what they can do with it. Slides it across. Peterborough's got the puck in their own end. Exploring options here inside the defensive zone. With possession along the wall. Oh, he destroys them on the play.
In order to dictate the tempo of the game right at the onset of it, you want to make your opponent think and hear you coming, and that's what he does with that first hit.
Here's a chance, sends it in front. They've got numbers here. Jordan's going to play the puck behind the cage. Here's a shot. Oh, and it completely muffs the shot. Shakes off the defender with some nifty moves. Cutting to the front of the net. Denies him on the one-timer. Oh, what reaction. Hughes freezes the puck and opts for the whistle.
Let's have a look at that last hit. I mean, that was absolutely huge change. You know that this is a momentum changer. You can see the bench erupt with that one.
Getting closer to the halfway point of this frame. Still scoreless in this one. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Quick feed to Gunnarsson. Saint-Cyberie's got it in their own zone. Centering pass in front. What a chance, but they can't connect. Slides the puck over to Marsh. Peterborough's got him along the wall. Hughes has it and freezes the play. Centers glide into the dots. We're ready to get things back going again. Sparky's won the draw here in the defensive zone. Barry's got it to the side. Sends the pass down low. Here's an offensive chance. Picked up along the wall by Barry. Here's a shot. Great save. The Greyhounds will play it in their own end. Takes it and looks ahead. Great use of the body to knock him off the puck. Using the net for cover. Oh, and he cocks it perfectly in the offensive end. Denied by the glove as the puck hops along. Save made by the goalie.
He makes some consecutive saves there. He's got to be wondering where his defense are. I mean, how about a little help?
Here in the back half of this period, the game is still scoreless. Peterborough's won the draw. Great read in the offensive zone by Zab. He's got the puck and he's going to hang on. And they take possession after the defensive zone faceoff. Handles the pass at center. For Portsmouth.
He not only wins his foot race, but he also wins the strength battle on the puck here, James. The way he shields, he just powers it right to the net.
Brock's got the puck. Quick feed down low. Peterborough's got the puck. Barry's got it into offensive territory. Huge steal in his own end. Tosses it on to Jack. Saint-Cyberie's got the puck along the wall. Denied by G. And the goaltender grabs that one for a whistle to try to slow things down here. Late goings of this period. We've still got zeros on the board. Sparky's won the draw, and they'll look to set up. Slides the puck down low, and that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. Shot, and it goes off a stick and off to the side. And he's knocked off the puck there. Saint-Cyberie's gained possession along the boards. Yager's got it along the wing. And a stiff break setup. From center they get into the attacking area. Shot! Denies him! He got on it! Blocked, and he may have just stopped a goal.
I think he did, James. I mean, you got to protect the house, especially when it's a great threat shot like that, and he finds a way to get in front of that and quick.
Receives the pass. Fires it! How many bodies in the way? Saint-Cyberie's got the puck. Here he is in close. Oh, denies him with the paddle save.
Geez, last save has to give this team some momentum. I mean, that's a point-blank chance that he's able to take away. Just very aggressive and assertive in his crease.
Both centers ready to take the draw here coming up. And they win the defensive zone faceoff. Can't stay on his feet after that hit. Jordan's been tripped up, and we got a penalty coming up here. All right, time to get a clean sheet of ice here as period number 1 comes to an end. As you heard the horn sound, we'll be back with much, much more as this is going to be a fun one tonight. Peterborough's man advantage unit will take to the ice for the first time tonight.
Well, the first goal of the game can certainly create the momentum that can last throughout the game, James. You know the stats. This one's on the power play. If they can convert on it, it's a good sign.
Moves it to Barry. On the attack along the boards. Stay confirmed on the power play and get it done.
And it's so important when you're on the power play to have precise execution of your passes, and you're able to move the coverage. That's exactly what they did, and they're able to convert.
Peterborough's won it. Puck picked up by Barry. Sends it down low. Battle along the boards. Saint-Cyberie's got the puck in the defensive end. Loses his balance on the play. The Pete's gain control of the puck against the wall. Here's a short pass to Barry.
Marcy's been feeling it, James. He got the go-ahead goal, and now the puck's on his stick.
What a steal in his own end. Sparky's moving the puck through his own zone. Delayed penalty looming. Quick pass to Gunnarsson. Saint-Cyberie's on the attack. Feeds it down low. Goaltender's at the bench with the delayed penalty being called. They've got an extra attacker now on the ice. Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one. Big time hit along the boards, and there's no give there.
Well, there isn't, and you can just feel the rumble of the boards from up here. Just bone-crushing, separating body from puck.
The Petes are off to the box. Interference the call.
Well, this is a critical juncture of the game. You've got the 1-goal lead, and now you take a penalty. The PK unit has to be the task and kill this off.
Moves it to the middle. Grabs the puck and moves on out here with this man advantage. Peterborough's got a chance to work the transition game now, shorthanded. And they get the puck out. Greyhounds have it now. Quick feed to Sparky. Sioux Sabre on the attack. Slides the puck over. The Pete scoop it up along the boards. Puck sent over to Barry. Shakes off the coverage. The Greyhounds power play has expired. Posey's off the post and stays out. From the left wing, takes the feed. Moves it in front, and that's intercepted. Sioux Sabre looking to break out of their own end. And now he moves it quickly to Sparky. Sends the feed in front. Oh, and they couldn't complete that. Feeds the puck to Jordan. Moves it quickly over to Barry. Looking to make something happen along the board. Picked off by Zab. Handles it again. Oh, some strong physicality on the play. Launch the puck into the corner of the offensive zone. Back to the blue line. Stops the rocket of a shot. And he takes the dish. Drills them. Sioux Sabre's got control of it now from their own end. Yager's going to play it against the half wall. And that's intercepted in the defensive end. Puts it on net. And an easy glove save on the play. Covers it up and we'll get a stoppage in play.
Key rules to the game of hockey. One of them is you have to be aware of your surroundings and have your head on a swivel. He isn't, and he takes a huge hit.
Past the halfway mark of this period, Peterborough's up 1-0. Puck grab by Whitehouse. Blocked by the defender. Nice play. Takes a shot. Denies him on a slapper. Puts it on net and does it again.
Gunnarson's not going to be able to get away from the booze and the chance every time he touches the puck, all because of that play earlier where he hurt their player.
Sioux Sabre's got the puck inside the defensive zone. And we'll get the whistle after the goaltender hangs on. Here in the later stages of this period, 1-0 is where we sit at this point. Offensive zone face-off, and he wins the draw. From against the wall, it's centered out. Scores! Tie game!
Well, you can't worry about what happened in the game, James. It's all about what you do now, staying in the present. That's exactly what they've done, and they've got the equalizer. Well, this shot is going to beat him clean here, James, and he didn't see it, and he should have been able to see it with only one player in front screening him. I think he's just got to do a better job getting low, moving laterally, look for that puck, outfill the player in front of you.
Sends the pass over. Reads the play and forces the turnover. Loses the coverage there. Moves it to Sab. The Greyhounds carry it along the wall. He got all of that in. Forces the turnover. Slides it up to Barry. Can't hang on to the puck after the play. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Here's a blast. Brilliant save. Read it perfectly. Looks to make a play over to Marsh. Picked off in the offensive end. Oh, he needed to make that save with time winding down. And there's the horn, bringing an end to period number 2. Still 20 minutes more of action in the third. Stick around. Sabres going to work with the power play here to start the period, and they win the draw. And the puck leaves the zone. Trying to get something going here with this man advantage as they start from their own end. Handles the pass. Quick feed to Jack. Knocked away. And not much on that one. He's going to freeze it for a whistle. We'll all get a breather here, Cheryl.
Well, it's a great strategy to pounce on this puck. This is a close game, but they've been heavily outplayed. Just look at the shot clock. He's had to be phenomenal. But this is a great play. I mean, it's a quiet play pouncing on this puck. But there's strategy behind it, James. You want to set the tempo. You want to get the right athletes out there. You want to win this face-off and get the puck out of harm's way.
Angles it over to Zab. Along the half wall with the puck. From behind the net. Quick feed down low. Picks off the pass in the defensive zone. And he coughs it up with the pass. The Greyhounds squander a golden opportunity to take the lead here.
Well, the only good thing about that power play unit was they got in zone and got set up. And you can have all the possession time in the world, but if it doesn't generate opportunity, it means nothing.
With the blast. Crouches down and blocks the shot. Turn that chance aside. Hughes hangs on to the puck to stop the play.
Let's have another look at that monster of a hit there, James. You got to love it. You have to have great timing, and you got to know when your opponent's vulnerable.
Both sides lining up for the face-off, and I can think of one padded goaltender who would love nothing more than a quick clear here, Cheryl.
Oh, you know it, James, because the puck has been in the offensive zone. Just look at the last shift where they maintained pressure throughout that shift until they got that whistle. So they'll need to continue that, because if you're the opponent and you're saying, hey, who's most vulnerable right now? You know it's the goaltender, so you want to keep them hemmed in.
We got a whistle as the puck's frozen. Nearing the midway mark of the period. You can feel the energy in this crowd. It's a tie game. Peterborough's got a hold of the puck. Tosses it to Marsh. Here's a short pass to Barry. Moves the puck over to Jordan. And he takes the feed. Oh, and a misfire as that goes right out of the zone. Jolie swooping in on the attack. Sabres got the puck. Here we go, one-man rush. Oh, set that hit up perfectly. Oh, what a collision there.
Well, that's just an absolutely huge hit, James. And there's going to be a stoppage in play here because I think that pane of glass is broken. Wow, James, I mean, not everyone can elicit a thunderous hit like that. I mean, he just clobbered his opponent.
And the centers glide towards the dot here as we got a face-off set to go. Mark has scooped up the puck now here inside his own zone. The Greyhounds gain control of the puck. Stones him in front. Ref blows the whistle as the puck's covered up. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. From against the wall into the open ice. Takes the puck into the corner of the offensive end. On the backhand. Keeps it out. Got a piece of it with the trapper.
She's been outstanding, tracking pucks and making huge saves like that one right there, right from the slot.
And he'll take a moment to regroup back at center. Puck picked up for the open ice. Yager's got it in the offensive zone. The Pete's gained possession along the wall. The Greyhounds going to work on offense. Here's a chance in front. And there's the whistle as the puck is covered up for a stoppage.
Geez, last save was outstanding. He knew exactly where that puck was going to go. That's anticipation at its finest, to be able to get to the right spot, know where that puck is coming from, and make a high-grade A save.
More than half the period has gone by. Hope you're enjoying this one. The next goal could be a big one as we are tied. Peterborough's got the puck after winning the defensive zone faceoff. Steps across the blue line. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. Here's a shot. Oh, he gets a block on it. What a reaction.
Well, this is an incredible reasonable athletic save, but this is all instinct. There's no time to put yourself in position. You just react, and if you get there, you get there. What a great job.
Savarese looking to break out. Oh, they'll be forced to start over from and he grabs the loose puck and he's in all alone. Made the stop on that play.
As a defender, you love when your goaltender has this kind of rebound control.
And the deadlock is broken as they take the lead.
Well, that's a huge shift, and you can see everyone standing up on the bench. They know how much it means, but it's the next shift that matters most now, James. You want to kind of push and put pressure on your opponent when they're down.
Here in the late goings of the period, Sioux Savarese got a one-goal lead. The Petes will play it in their own end. Peterborough's got it from behind the net. Takes the puck. Quick pass to Jordan. And he slides it quickly to White Cloud. Peterborough's got the puck behind the net. Directs it on over to Zab. Sioux Savarese got the puck against the boards. Moves it over to Marsh. Nearing the final minute of regulation. Oh, that's a great shot block there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's grade A scoring chance, and you want to make sure that you get in front of that one, and he did. He gets all of it.
Yager's got it against the boards. Slides the puck down low. Sioux Savarese gonna play it from the corner. The Petes have it against the wall. Peterborough's gained the line and into the zone. Stars! And we are tied! It's a new game here in the third!
How quickly the game can change. You can be chasing it, and all of a sudden you're back to evens, James, and guess what? The momentum, it's now in their favor. It's just a blistering one-timer shot from that high slot area that beats the goaltender here, James, but how does he get lost in coverage in that area?
Sioux Savarese going to start off with the puck here in the neutral zone after winning that faceoff. And we'll get a breather here with offside the call.
Yager's done a great job of staying the course in this game here, James. You know, he could let the multiple opportunities that he hasn't cashed in on really get to him, but he doesn't. He continues with his persistence and his relentlessness to the net here, and it pays off in dividends as he gets on the board.
And he totally whiffs on that one. Yager's got the puck in his own zone. The Greyhounds played along the boards. Peterborough's got control of the puck. Right through center and into the offensive zone. There's the whistle. We get an offside. Both teams are set. We'll drop the puck here. Sioux Savarese won the draw in the neutral zone. Offside the call. We'll get a face-off coming up. Sioux Savarese won the draw, and they take possession here in the open ice. And there's the horn. Regulation solves absolutely nothing, so we're going to overtime, and we'll do it next. Who's walking away with the W tonight? Overtime should give us an answer, and they're ready to drop the puck. Next goal wins. Here we go. Overtime's underway.
GG's, guys. 9-2-1.
So often goals stem from pairings on the ice, and I love this speed. I mean, it's a beautiful dish, finding the open ice, and then to finish it off. It's a combination play that winds up in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's a good week, though. Yeah, GG's, guys. Yep.